Another day on the grind, man. And I have something very important I want to discuss with you today. But before we actually dive into this, let me just make the thing. I got some beef tallow yesterday. This is the normal bigger pack of beef tallow that I normally buy. This is the butcher shop in Kingston that they sell it, as well. It's in Manor Park. The lady's a very nice lady. Just tell her Pajama Billionaire sent you. They have this beef tallow is what I cook with. This is oil, but it is more organic. It's from the beef. So the next thing is apple cider vinegar. We're gonna do this. These are premium cuts of steaks. We got some lamb as well too. Waking up late today is kind of justified, but still gonna jump on a few meetings, get some work done. Apple cider vinegar. I got one more seed. Water is essential. This creatine dissolves well, I realize. The next thing to do is to clean back up. You see, when you're buying deodorant, you want to make sure you're buying aluminum-free deodorant. This is a Italian bergamot, so this is good for your body. This is natural. Now, we're just gonna dive into some very important thing that I want to talk to you guys about. So, what I want to talk to you about is energies. There are certain energies in this world that may want to clap for you and actually see you win. There are certain energies that genuinely want you to lose. What I want to talk to you about is, for the last couple of years, I barely post, I barely showcase a lot of the things that I'm doing, right? And I'm a firm believer in until done, tell none. And the reason I had to do that was because I realized that there are certain energies in this world. While there are positive energies that want you to win, there are negative energies that want you to fail, that just live on you failing. I have businesses that making millions of dollars. And the moment I push myself to the front and say, hey, this is me, this is what I got going on, the negative energies just start spiraling in and coming in and just try to take away from that positive revenue gains or that impact that you have. And I got a message yesterday to say, somebody said, bro, all these other things that are going on is very bad. I don't really like these other things that are going on, the services provided. What's happening with that particular thing that you were doing? And I said, we're moved private now, doing nothing with the public at the moment, invite only. And the guy says, yo, bro, is there anything in the pipeline? I said, yeah, man, there's always something in the pipeline. He's a good guy. So I was like, yo, I'm looking forward to it, right? Because I've never had an issue and it wasn't resolved. Like startups and different companies have their issue. But the fact that we resolve it, so you last long in business because you do good business. I could not post. I cannot do nothing. I cannot showcase myself forever. And I'll still be making money because of the thing that I've set up. This is how my life is right now. Because early out, I realized that so much negative energies was coming at me, coming after me. And I just decided, you know what? Let me work on my internal self and let me ensure that no matter what energy, no matter what life throws at me, no matter what negative external factors may come, I'll be good. And I always talk about the internal and the external economy. The internal economy is your household, it's yourself, it's your body, it's your temple. It's what you have control of. The external economy is everybody else's opinion. It is the media, the news outlets. This guy just really made me start to think about life and think about the different energies in life. Even yesterday, I was just looking through some numbers of something that I'm working on. And it did over 500 million Jamaican dollars, right? Which is $500 million Jamaican dollars. Not on the local stock exchange, not a local entity. But it did that. And it did that without posting. It did that without interacting with anybody. And it did that without any negative external energies or positive external energies. It's from the positive internal energies that we've put into it. The proper structure, the time, the improvements, the team. For the last couple of years, we've been spending over probably 10 million JMD a month just building solutions that very big companies use. And these are private stuff. But I'm not going to go into it, just to let you guys know. So heavily on infrastructure, and this is why my life or your life has an infrastructure behind it. And I've just focused on infrastructure. How do I make this infrastructure bulletproof or torpedo-proof or some type of bomb-proof? And it all started with protecting the energy of what's going on internally. Until done, till none. So sometimes you might want to boast and be like, yo, shit, I got through this struggle. I was struggling this way. Or sometimes it's not boast. I wouldn't even say it's boast. Sometimes you might want to just highlight the fact that you did well even when people are fighting you. Sometimes it's best to not even highlight it, bro. You just keep going and life will continue to reward you. When you keep this zip, life rewards you. And I had to learn that because coming from a very poor background where I had nothing, sleeping in one room with 5 of us, and even at a point being homeless, it really made me want to inspire other people to do well. And this is what I was doing, pushing people to do well. And it came with so much negative because the media started to come down on me. I'm the first person to bring day trading to Jamaica, bro. And the media came down on me. Everybody was against it. Everybody was like, yo, Forex is a scam. Forex is not going to work. Day trading overall is not going to work. For example, even before Bitcoin became popular, I had a business by the name of Trade Bit. You'll probably be able to find it on Facebook or Instagram or somewhere right now. Trade Bit. I used to sell Bitcoin, right? I used to buy, sell Bitcoin before it became popular. So I've been a part of many different things before it became popular. I'm always the one to be first because guess what? Even yesterday I was in a restaurant with a lady and I said, hey, I can recommend this solution because I realized that you guys have an issue. And I showed her the solution. It worked perfectly for her. But she said, I'm skeptic. I'm like, why are you skeptic? She says, well, I just don't make decisions like that. Right? What is causing you to not be able to make that decision? Is that's how she is. So even if the decision is going to make your life really good, she said, well, this is why some things miss me sometimes. And I'm like, why are you comfortable with things missing? I ended the conversation. Like, I was losing brain cells. Why are you comfortable with letting things miss you because of fear? Try something. It's very small. You're not going to lose. There's no way you can lose if you try. And even the fact that they had a business, a restaurant, they tried and they had a restaurant. So you try that one thing and it works. You're not going to try something else. You're not going to try to improve upon it and to make more money. And the thing that I was recommending to her is something that would have gotten her so much more sales, so much more business. She could have probably expanded. But sometimes people are comfortable in the space that they're in. That's okay for them, not for me. But not to go off a tangent. So I'm the first person to be selling Bitcoin, selling cryptocurrency in Jamaica. Even right now, the world is locked off and nobody can move cryptocurrency. Me, I know how to buy, I know how to sell, I know how to transact because of my years of experience and my relation. Now, I got a lot of fight. I got a lot of negative publications for the fact that I was doing something different. Bear in mind, if I wanted to do the traditional school thing, go to school, go to university, I could have completed university. I remember one day I was in a class and I was day trading. I trade and learning about day trade while I was in school because I wanted to find alternate ways of making money. There's a teacher there and the teacher was teaching day trading, but it's a situation where the stuff that she was saying and even like buying and selling, it was completely wrong. I'm like, don't you see this? You're teaching from a textbook. What experience do you have? I was showing her and just correcting her on some stuff respectfully. And then I was like, you know what? This don't make no sense. Okay, I packed my stuff and I left class and I just decided, this don't make no sense. It's best I get experience than to be trying to learn from somebody that no experience to then get a job because a job is not going to pay me the type of money that I wanted. And I was the type of student who, if I needed to pass that exam, I'm going to pass it. I used to tutor people in my room while I'm in university. I remember not going to classes a lot of times and just being up studying because I'm trying to balance hustling with studying. I'm going to pass it. I remember being in high school. There's a particular teacher at JC, Jamaica College, by the name of Mr. Ashton. I don't know if he's still there. He used to teach biology. Because I'm studying at night, sometimes I would have my head on the desk, sleeping. But not necessarily sleep. I'm paying attention, but my head is just tired because I was doing so much work. And he will ask every student in class a question and nobody's able to answer it a lot of times. For example, the first time he did it he was trying to basically show me up in class. Big up Mr. Ash, this is something positive. But took my head up off the desk and I answered the question. I remember the exact question, osmosis. The movement of particles from an area of positive concentration to an area of low concentration through a selectively permeable membrane. And then diffusion is the movement from a high concentration to a low concentration. I remember that. I remember so many other things because learning isn't about just memorizing. Learning is about having the experience and testing and trying. I remember even in physics class as well, math class as well too. I did the sciences. I'll rest my head on the desk, but then you ask me something, I'm best be sure that I'm able to answer because I try, I do. And that's just always been with me. When I was going to high school, I used to sell biscuits because I couldn't afford food. Sometimes my sister needed lunch money. My mother never had it. She wasn't working. And sometimes I used to have to just give her some money to buy chicken back or just food to cook. To make that money, it's just being an entrepreneur. And I failed so much from, the dean of discipline coming down on me, principal coming down on me. this lady that I was chilling. I was just starving one day. I was supposed to do an exam. And they have this lady by the name of Miss Blake saw me. Never had no money to cut my hair. None of that. She make a call. Miss Chavez Allen. And my life just went to shit from that day. You know? I did do extremely well on that exam, by the way. Came back and the teacher never even needed the idea or nothing. Just came back to the class and I did the exam. But she just caused so much negative from that day. And I was upset for a while, you know, but I'm cool now. You know, and then this just lit further fire in me. Keep on going to keep on winning. I had to just find different ways to live. Even like, I remember one day I was in the community because I was living in the ghetto. And I called my auntie and I said, Auntie, no money, broke. You know, that biscuit business, I had to stop it, you know, because I was getting in too much problems. So I bro, homeless. I feel like people trying to hurt me because it's just how the community is. I just don't like the energy here. I see people dying every day and I don't want to be a part of this. And by hurt, I don't mean like do me nothing necessarily, but just I see so many people go down a certain path that I never wanted to go down. And I had this next auntie that I went to stay with, went to live with. You know, I was sleeping in the sofa till we get a little bed in the living room. Managed to do my CSEC exam and just push. And I used to walk like miles used to walk up. But I made it. You know, this is why I love cars. This is why I love all type of cars right now. And I remember putting in the work from day trading. I had a vision of buying a Mercedes Benz. I was driving Porsches, Benz, BMWs, all the top cars in Jamaica that people know about. Living the best life, villas, hotels, taking the plane from one side of the island to the next because I wasn't even traveling at that time. And I had this car and I was like, the car that was on my phone screen that I envisioned for myself that I was going to buy after day trading, I bought it, drove it a little, and I built a very big trading community. And then I said, you know what? I want everybody, because this was a time I was like, yo, I want everybody to just normalize luxury. I want everybody to have a Benz, a BMW or something. Let's all the young guys roll out one day. And I said, I'm going to start it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to give away a Mercedes Benz to one of my students, one of the persons a part of my community. Man, this was a private situation. This was a private giveaway available only to members of my community. It's like a church and completely legal. But because my name was so big, or because it's the Pajama Billionaire, where did this guy is not from a big name, he's not from the same family as us. He's not one of the top names in society that we're normally used to, you know, where their parents bought it for them and it's justified. He's just this little guy from the inner city who made it in life, and now we need to know how he made it. But instead of coming and to ask him how he made it, he decided, let me damage his name and let me disrupt his income and let me disrupt his psychology and mindset. And that's what happened. So I gave away the Mercedes Benz and I gave away about $1 million cash to my students to say, yo, start life is good, make some money. I have the agreements and everything with all my students. Everybody has to do KYC verification. You know, once you're mentored by me, you do know your client verification, you sign the terms and conditions of my community. All of that, I've been at that. But the law doesn't work like this where something happens and you can just give them and say, hey, I have proof that this is completely good, legitimate, all of that. I have my titles, I have my car titles, and I have the agreements. But you have to go through the court system. So it's like a bleeding system. You're spending millions of dollars going through the court system. They had approached me to take a plea, to say, hey, just agree, just say you're guilty. No, I'm not guilty, bro. I'm not going to say I'm guilty and I'm not guilty, bro. What, am I stupid? This is the thing that a lot of people get drowned in because they're telling you to say that you're guilty for stuff that you don't do. If I didn't do it, bro, I just didn't do it. I didn't do nothing wrong. I did not do nothing wrong. I gave away my vehicle that I own, and you guys bringing down hell on me for that. And negative publications, which it affected so much business for me, so much things for me. You know, imagine making over 300, 400,000, 500,000 dollars a month, and then you go down to making nothing, and then you have to build it back to start making that and even more. Imagine, I remember losing $100,000 in one night just off some negative news. $120,000 to be exact. I was supposed to buy a new vehicle, traded, made the money, lost $120,000 off some negative, you know, and just different things that they would do to fuck with me over the years. And I managed to make it. And I managed to come and say, now everybody's day trading, which is amazing. But, you know, they always say that you have somebody that has to go through the fire. And I was the one to go through that fire. So for years, I've like, until done, till none. Just keep my wins to myself because I know the pain that comes with sharing your wins. There are going to be certain energies. They're sitting at their desk and they have the same ability too, you know. Even greater ability, but they just don't exercise that ability because their mind is just limited. For me, a guy with an exponential mind, it's different. You know, my mind is always thinking how to get something done, how to win bigger. That's how my mind works. But this society of Jamaica, this brain drain situation, it's gonna forever continue to happen. And this is why I tell every youth, the moment you make money, you don't need to tell nobody, bro. I'll tell you to leave your community. You might be like, oh, yo, I'm saving money, staying in my community. Okay, you're saving money, yeah, for now, but don't focus on the short-term savings of money. Try to focus on a long-term upgrade. You move to a different community, you move around, you move somewhere more private, nobody knows your business. You're able to grow better, you're able to achieve greater things even faster. If you stay in a community, you're going to have a lot of negative energies that will come. And I know a lot of you guys are experiencing those negative energies. That will come and they will just try to see you lose, try to see you fail. Every way for you to lose. Like, for why though? You never know. It's just that they're upset at themselves that they're not doing it, which they could have done something. It's just that, remember the story about the lady. It's just in them to be scared, in them to be afraid. It's just in them to not do nothing with their life. And it's comfortable for them to not do nothing with their life. But you want better. So you got to go and look forward to being better and work towards it. Control the internal economy, and those external things that move far away from it. And this is why I don't go out, I don't party, I don't go certain places, I don't do certain things. I'm protecting me internally. If you see me somewhere, it's always like, what the hell? Type of situation, because I'm not seen nowhere. This is how I move. So, and I've learned to move like this for years, for the fact that you don't want negative energy, you don't want negative people in your life, because it stunts your growth. It makes you not grow to your full potential. And the moment I move myself private and just stop sharing results and showing people what I got going on or my wins, I started to achieve way, way more in life, more exponentially than even what I was achieving before. But it was a painful upgrade. It was a painful thing to do. But I did it, okay? And you guys can do it too. Now, this is why I see me have this private community where once you're part of the community, there's a lot to benefit from. The community is free, a matter of fact. You just have to come, be positive, have the positive right mindset, and then you can win with us. But if you come and you have some type of negative energy, negative vibration, the moderators are told to kick you immediately. This is how we operate. We don't operate with any room for negative energy. So you have to come positive. So even yesterday, I was just thinking on the goal that I've achieved and the things that I've achieved and the things that I've gone through. I was saying, wow, look, I'm not even comfortable posting results anymore. You don't post results and people think you're losing. No, bro. Just protecting energy. I used to love showcasing results from the different things I'm doing to motivate others and show that it's possible for them also. But what I've learned over time is there are energies in this world and their only goal is to work against your wins to see you fail. This is why I'm a firm believer that until done, show none. It's uncomfortable these days to show results. I pray to be at peace one day where it feels comfortable again. In the interim, I truly hope that someone has been motivated by my results over the years and have done something amazing with their life. My life path is completely different from everyone else's. I understand this and operate as such. God is amazing, more wins and abundance. I'm forever blessed. Love. So this is how I operate. I operate private billionaire type of situation. And it's the best way for me that I find for myself. But you may be different. Maybe you have a certain last name. Maybe people just operate with you different. Maybe it's something else. You don't know. But for me, I understand myself and my life. And my life is completely different. What's this guy? I can't remember the guy's name. He was in one of those African countries. They basically locked him up for years. There was a guy just helping people, man, and they just locked him up. It's always the first guy to help gets the fire. It's always the first set of slaves try to escape or to get out of the rat race, face the fire. And then years after, people are like, wow, emancipation, thank you for facing the fire, while everybody else is scared. But yet again, I'm a maroon, always a fighter. But there's gonna continue to be more brain drain in Jamaica and a lot of these third world countries for the fact that you guys push your smart people away and you make it so difficult for people to win. Over the years, I've just had to fight, and you guys gonna continue to fight away smart people that are contributing positively to your economy. And until the government decides to be better, it will continue to be a draining situation of you're losing the most valuable asset, which is the smart people, the people that are thinkers, the people that are doing something with their life. Yeah, but that's my little pep talk. Be sure to join the free Discord community. God is the greatest. Life after winning. Big up yourself.